Hey guys, it's Lily. Thank you so much for tuning in to my channel again this week. I really appreciate you guys coming back every week just to see me talk about plants and random things. Today I thought we could do something completely different than what we've done before. I guess it's not that different. I mean, I'm always just kind of showing you plants, but today I thought we could do what's in the box. And so I took out all of my prop boxes. I have a shelf that is full of all of my propagations, everything that I'm acclimating, everything that I've acquired recently or attempted to murder in the past that I happen to be rerouting. So I have quite a bit of projects that are in prop boxes right now. I am really good about making sure that my plants are properly rooted and like well established in a prop box environment before I put them out into my porch, because Florida can be pretty unpredictable. So I try to always acclimate my plants and make sure that they're super well established before I repot them and put them out into my porch. So that being said, I'm just gonna get going. This first box is the only one that I have that is big. I try to keep most of my propagations in smaller boxes so that they're able to fit better in my shelving. But this one mostly has my bigger projects that I'm working on, and they're pretty much all aeroids except for one Hoya. So I am gonna pick, darn, this is hard. Okay, I'm gonna pick 3 different plants. The first one is my Philodendron El Choco. It's commonly referred to as El Choco Red, and it's a type of climbing philodendron. It's super velvety. It's just absolutely stunning. I've been wanting this philodendron since I first started collecting plants, and for some reason or another I never had one. I tried to trade for it so many times and it just never actually happened for me until it's almost been like 7 months of me having this philodendron. I got it as like this little tiny, it was the tiniest node with the leaf that was about this size, and I've been pampering it for almost a year now to the point where it's gotten this big, and I'm just so absolutely proud of it and just absolutely in love with it. So the leaves are super velvety. Let me see which leaf. Okay, so see how velvety those leaves are? And then it's super dark. The veins are very light, like a lime green, and then the back of the leaves are pretty red. See, the petioles are green, but then at the top of the petiole it's red, and then the stem of the plant is red. It's absolutely stunning, and so are the roots. The roots also come out like a pinkish color. It's absolutely beautiful, and it looks like it's about time for me to upsize this pot. You can see it's already root bound. The roots are coming out from the bottom, so it's definitely time for me to move this little guy to a bigger pot. But it's probably just gonna stay in my prop box at least for another month. I don't like to repot a plant and then put it outside. Like, I don't like to repot and then take it outside of its normal environment. I like to, anytime I repot a plant, I try to like baby it back to health, because for most plants a repotting is very traumatic. So I try to always like water it with some sort of vitamin solution the first time after I repot it, or if I can fit it in a prop box, I always put it in a prop box for as long as it fits in there. So yeah, that's my El Choco. So I picked this as my next spotlight because honestly, I almost gave up on this plant so many times, and because of that reason, that's why I'm so proud of this. This is a Philodendron VERRUCOSUM Amazon Sunset. Now, if you know anything about aeroids, if you know anything about philodendrons, VERRUCOSUMs are one of my favorite, I guess, types of philodendrons, and there's so many of them. I have 3 different ones. I have VERRUCOSUM number 5, VERRUCOSUM number 2, and then I have this VERRUCOSUM Amazon Sunset. So the whole point of an Amazon Sunset is that it's basically a VERRUCOSUM, but the back of the leaf is this super bright, like deep, beautiful red color. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, seriously, it's absolutely stunning. So about, wow, it's been 11 months. 11 months ago, I decided I wanted to place a large order for myself for my birthday from Ecuador. Now, I've been to their greenhouse and I have absolutely loved every single plant I've ever gotten from them at their greenhouse, and have had zero bad experiences shopping with Ecuador at their greenhouse. But this was the first time I've ever placed an import order from Ecuador, and let's just say it did not go very well. I bought like 6 different plants, and of those 6 plants, none of them did well. I lost 2 of the anthuriums. I am nursing one back to health still in this prop box, and then my luxurians died, and then this is the Amazon Sunset. So it was about this big when I first got it. It had like 4 leaves, and it was absolutely stunning. 3 of the bottom leaves were already yellow, like they died. And so I thought, okay, let's acclimate this back to health. Well, I tried acclimating it my very darnest. I mean, I tried so hard. I did everything I possibly could, and it just did not do well at all. Finally, after all the roots had died, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna have to propagate this. Thankfully, it was a long enough cutting that I was able to do multiple cuttings of it. And so all I did is I put it, this is actually a to-go container. I open holes in it and I use it as a prop container. I put it in my super chunky mix. I put it in this see-through container so I'd be able to see the roots when they come out. And I have been nursing this now in this prop box for just months. It's almost been a year. It's to the point where my birthday is a month and a half away, and this was last year's birthday present to myself. So after 11 months, we finally have growth. So here's 2 cuttings. So this one, you can see the node is coming with a growth, with a new growth on it, and then right here, obviously the top cutting is growing new leaves. I'm so excited. Hopefully I will have a very large Amazon Sunset maybe in the next year. I don't know. I think what finally did it is me putting the moss on top of the chunky mix, because it really didn't show signs of growth until I added the moss at the top, on top of the mix. I normally don't really use moss at all in my potting media because I have a tendency to overwater when I have my plant in moss, and I'm just not very good at it. But with this, it was like it was the last thing I could possibly try, and it actually worked. So I'm very excited. Don't give up on your cuttings. Don't give up on them. There's always a chance that it'll come back. Alright, so I picked 2 from that box. Now, let me pick some more. And here's another prop box. So I'm pretty sure, yep, 90% of, well, this entire box is full of Hoyas, but 90% of this prop box is new Hoyas that I got from Rick recently. So pretty much everything I have in here you can get from Rick. If you haven't found Rick already, he has a Facebook group. It's called Rick and Swiffer Hoyas, and he sells his Hoyas through there. We do like joint pop-ups locally almost every month, and he just has the most amazing plant collection. He has the most beautiful, just luscious garden. He lives in St. Pete, and he is lucky enough to have some of the most beautiful Hoyas I've ever seen, and I'm lucky enough to get to see them all the time. So I'm very excited to share these with you. If any of them look like something that you want for yourself, just watch out for Rick sales, because he always has them. So with that being said, let me see which one I want to show you. Oh, there's so many. Okay. Okay, I'll show you this little guy. So this is a Hoya PELTATA. It's got the world's tiniest little round leaves. The shape of the leaves, they look pretty much like Crutacea would, but they are thick. They are the most adorable little leaves, and I am so excited for this Hoya to grow out. I have a thing for small leaf Hoyas, and I was expecting this one to be hard, hard to acclimate, but it has been doing great for me, and I'm very excited to be able to put this one in a bigger pot soon, so that I can put it outside in my porch. But yeah, if you don't have one, here's a Hoya PELTATA. What else? So oh, look who's here. So this is the Hoya FUSCOMARGINATA that I keep trying to murder. This one came from Merck, but it came from Merck like over 2 years ago. I had a big FUSCOMARGINATA, and then one day I looked at it and it was just almost gone. So I've been rerooting this Hoya now for a few weeks, but it's even though it's pretty basic, I mean, it's a pretty common Hoya, it's still one of my favorite Hoyas I've ever gotten. It has like these beautiful dark margins, and it's just absolutely stunning. But here it is, Hoya FUSCOMARGINATA. It gets really big leaves, and that's probably one of my favorite parts about it, is how big the leaves will get if you take care of it properly. So don't be like me. Okay, I think that's it for this box. I'm gonna put this back, and I'm gonna grab another box. Okay, so this one is also pretty much all Hoyas. There's a couple aeroids in here that I can already see. But I'm gonna show you something that I am really excited about. Are you ready? Are you ready? This is my Hoya DANUMENSIS. Yep, DANUMENSIS. It doesn't look like much, but I'm just so excited for this Hoya. I got it from my friend Irina. And the reason I wanted this Hoya is pretty much strictly for the bloom. I mean, I love the leaves. I love thin leaves like this one. They're a little bit more needy or more susceptible to changes in weather and watering and all that, but it's totally worth it because this Hoya has the most gorgeous blooms. It's one of my favorite Hoya blooms. So I'm gonna post a picture of this bloom on the video so you guys can understand why I'm so excited about this Hoya, and I'm just so glad that my friend Irina was able to share it with me because I'm so excited for it. So let's see where. Okay, this is a good one, and I don't know how to pronounce the name. SCORTECHINI? I know I butchered that, and that's okay, but here it is. It's absolutely stunning. It's like the most velvety, like the leaf like glistens in the light. It has like these little tiny speckles of splash that just make it absolutely stunning. It's been doing great for me. I've only had it for like 2 months. And it was a longer cutting, but I ended up cutting it in 3 and just sticking all 3 of the cuttings in here because I really want a full pot, and it didn't have very healthy roots anyway, so I was gonna have to reroot it. But it's doing really well. It already has a new growth. As you can see, this leaf is brand new and it's just doing really great in this prop box, so I'm just really excited for my SCORTECHINI. Hopefully that was at least close. So this next one I picked out is one of Rick's hybrids. I don't believe he's named it yet, but it's Hoya RHM99-09. It's absolutely stunning. It has this beautiful splash on the leaves. It's the most like bright green color, and the contrast between the green and the splash is absolutely stunning. The leaf kind of creates this like boat leaf kind of shape. It's absolutely beautiful, and the leaves are huge, as you can see. But not only that, then when the new growth comes out, it comes out like this, not velvety, but like, Yeah, it's kind of velvety and it just like glistens beautifully. It almost looks like a Rinsey Borneo when the leaf comes out. It's just absolutely stunning. So if you don't already have this Hoya, look out for it when Rick posts it for sale on his group. Again, it's Hoya RHM 99-09. Absolutely gorgeous. And I think I want to pick one more from this prop box because there's quite a lot of stuff in here. All right, so in here, so I have these two little tiny, oh man. So, oh God. I want to say 6 months ago, my friend Ralph had this McDowell that was just not doing well at all. We went through like a cold front that lasted quite a bit, and his McDowell just did not do well at all. And actually, I think it was more than 6 months ago. I think it may have been like in March. I'll have to look back, but anyway, so I took the McDowell home. It pretty much dropped all its leaves, and I had to just cut it into 2 chunks and try to reroot it. Well, it's been the hardest thing I've ever had to reroot, especially because it already had roots. The only thing it needed was just a new growth, right? But it's just absolutely been stunted for months, like no signs of anything, but at least the chunks weren't dying. But finally we got signs of life on the chunks. This was the top cut, and now it looks like it's pretty much dead. And I just happened to, this just literally fell off as I was trying to take it out of the bin. But the good news is that even though it separated from the top cut, it has aerial roots. So this will be really easy for me to just reroot. I'm not even gonna do anything special to this. I'm literally just gonna put it right back where it was and just kind of plop it in there and just put it right back in the prop box. It should do fine as long as I don't change the environment that it's in. It wasn't really attached to the node anyways, and it was thriving. Like I said, it already has aerial roots, so I'm just gonna put it right back in the prop box the way it is now. And then this was the second cut. This was the back cut of the chunk. And look at this. Look at all these little like adorable leaves. They're even bigger than the top cut, and I can see aerial roots already. So the moral of the story today is don't give up on your aeroid chunks. There's always hope. Until it turns to mush, there's always hope. Don't throw it out. Just don't give up on it. And with that, I think I'm gonna go to my next prop box. I think my favorite part about showing you the stuff that's in my prop box is that I really have no idea what I'm about to show you before I open the box, because I don't keep track of what's in what bin. I just kind of have a general idea of the health of the plants in here, and it's not until I open the box that I try to figure out what I'm going to show you. So it feels like a little bit of a surprise to me, and I don't have to plan it ahead. So with that being said, here's another one. All right, let's see. Ooh, that's a little big. So let's see. So this is a good one. Okay, so I think I'm gonna start with this one. Obviously it's time for me to repot this guy, but just to give you an idea of how long I wait to repot the plants that are in the prop box, I wait until it's completely root bound and I see no signs of distress. I always make sure that there's no root mealies or any type of pest on them before I put it out into the porch. But this Hoya is an Hoya IML 1198. It's absolutely stunning. The new growth is super shiny. I really like the veins on the leaf, and obviously it's doing really great. It has required zero special attention. I mean, if you consider prop box special attention, but I mean, I haven't had a hard time rooting it. I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm really excited to see this one grow. The leaves are super thick, which I really enjoy from Hoyas. So if you don't already have a Hoya IML, $11.98, now you need one. The next one I want to show you is one of Surisa's hybrids, which is, it's absolutely stunning. Oh, come on. There's so much in here, and they kind of stick together, like they root into the next cup sometimes. Like, so let's figure out who's who. There we go. Oh my god. Okay. Anyway, so Hoya SR 2009-05 Malaysia. It's one of Surisa's. Actually, I think SS is when it's her hybrid, and SR is when it's a Hoya that she found. I'm gonna have to fact check this before I post this video. But anyways, this is one of Surisa's Hoyas. It's SR 2009-05 Malaysia. So the leaf is super velvety on top. You can literally see little hairs on top of the leaf, but the leaf is like a super dark green, but it has even darker veins. So it's just a really nice contrast between the two shades of green. And then it has a little splash on it. I'm really excited. I love Surisa's Hoyas. If you haven't already followed Surisa, she has a Facebook group that she's in Thailand, but she sells her Hoyas through Facebook as well. So you can, I'll post a link to her Facebook group in the description so you can find it and follow her Hoya journey. She creates her own hybrids and has the most beautiful collection of Hoyas. So by all means, go follow Surisa. All right, I think I'm gonna pick one more. Oh, come on. There's so much in here. I really need to work on repotting this stuff. So this is Hoya SP Nap 01. It's absolutely gorgeous. I don't know where all these naps are popping up from, but they're absolutely beautiful, and I'm just obsessed with almost every single nap I have come across. But this one, SP Nap 01, is absolutely stunning. The leaves are super textured. You can see the veins on the leaves rise. It's just super textured. The leaves are thick. They're super pointy. And when the new leaf comes out, you can see the sun stress on it. Like, it's absolutely gorgeous. But even the older leaves have, like the midrib is like this maroon color. It's absolutely stunning. And it's pretty much ready for a repot. I really need to work on my prop boxes. Let me make sure. Yeah, you always gotta make sure there's no pests in there before you go commingling your plants. But this one is all good. Oh, what else do I want to show you? Oh, this is a good one. Here's another nap that I'm really excited about. This is SP Nap 015. It's absolutely stunning too. It has like rounded leaves. The leaves are super veiny on top, and it's got a little bit of splash. But I just really love how the leaves come out, like the growth pattern of the Hoya. The inner nodes are really short, so it's like one leaf right on top of the other, and it's just really stunning. I'm really excited for this one, and I have no idea what any of the blooms for my naps are gonna look like, because they're fairly new Hoyas, and I don't think there's pictures of the blooms out there yet. So I'm just really excited for the surprise of what the bloom is gonna look like one day. Stay tuned. Hopefully I'll get them to bloom for me at some point in my life. Maybe 5 years. Who knows? Alright, and last but certainly not least is this little tiny prop box. I ran out of the bigger ones that have the clasps on the side, which are the ones I like for my own props. But whatever, it works. who cares? As long as it's in a bin, that's all I really care about. So this is my Hoya AH779. It's absolutely stunning. I mean, look at those leaves. I know, they're humongous and they're super like raised. You can see the ribs on the Hoya. It's absolutely stunning. I love the splash on it. The leaves are they just get huge. And it's doing really great for me. It was just a 2-node cutting, but it only had 2 leaves, and it's already super well rooted, and it has like this little growth point there already. So I'm really excited for this one. Oh my God. These are the last ones that I've collected, so they're not, they're fairly new to me. This one I was so excited to get. I was so excited for this one. So I have a soft spot for Erythrina Hoyas, and this is a Hoya Erythrina round leaf. It does not look like an Erythrina at all. I mean, seriously, it really doesn't. It's absolutely gorgeous though. The leaf is way bigger than my other Erythrinas, and it's super textured. Like each rib is really, like you can really feel the texture on the leaf. It's absolutely stunning, and I'm really, really excited to see this Hoya grow. It already has a little growth in there, so I'm really excited for this Hoya to get bigger and bloom for me hopefully next year. What else? Ooh, this one is absolutely gorgeous. So this is a Hoya CALLISTOPHYLLA short leaf, and it actually looks like a CALLISTOPHYLLA, and I don't know why it's called short leaf, because obviously the leaf is not very short. It's actually rather big, but it's just absolutely stunning. Look at the contrast between the green of the leaf and the green of the veins of the leaf. It's just absolutely gorgeous, and it has that beautiful splash on the leaf. I'm just really excited for this one to grow. Then, let's see. Okay, I have to show you this one. So this one is called Hoya Little Plu. And I mean, it's just absolutely beautiful. I know, it's just beautiful. I love this Hoya so much. I'm so excited. Hopefully the variegation comes through a little bit more. You can see that it has new growth already. But I am so excited for this Hoya. Seriously, I really am. So Little Plu is actually a Hoya quinquenervia. I said that wrong, I know. But it's essentially a variegated quinquenervia. And it was just named Little Plu. But I'm so excited to see this Hoya grow. And I'm just really looking forward to that variegation coming through the new growth. And I already kind of see it on the margins of the new leaf. So I'm really excited to see how variegated they come out. But obviously it's doing really great. Here's one new node, another one, and then another one right here. So I'm just really excited for this Hoya. And then the last one that I want to show you is this one. It's Hoya NUNDUMENSIS Splash. I said that wrong, I know, but it's absolutely stunning. The leaf is really skinny, it's really sharp, and it's super, super splashy. I'm really excited for this one. Honestly, I want to say 80% of all the plants I've looked at today really need to be repotted, and I've just been kind of slacking on it. And I'm not saying that just to throw shade on myself. I'm saying that to make you feel better about being late on your plant chores. It's okay. We're all human. We all have a lot of stuff going on, and plants are just meant to make you happy, and it's a hobby. It's not supposed to stress you out. So if you just don't have the bandwidth to repot your Hoya right now, it's okay. It'll wait for you. Maybe not like 6 months, but it'll wait. So my goal is to get these repotted probably by the end of January. I want to go into February without having to worry about propagations. I make it a goal to repot any plants that I feel need to be repotted before June. So between February and June, I try to do all of the repotting that I need. And I have so many plants. I mean, I have, like, just inside the apartment, I have about 100. In the porch I have about anywhere from 300 to 400, and then out front I have like 50 more plants, probably way more than 50. So it's a lot. And I just have to keep reminding myself to prioritize what really needs it more. What's gonna, like, is the plant gonna die if you don't repot it in the next week? No? Then stop putting pressure on yourself. You'll get to it when you're able to get to it. You're doing the best you can, and it's a plant, you know? It's not a person, it's not an animal, it's a plant. It's there to make you happy, and it's not gonna suffer. It doesn't have feelings. So, again, it's okay. They'll do fine, and I will get it done before the end of January. And if I don't, it's not the end of the world. They'll be fine. Or so I tell myself. But yeah, so don't be like me and hoard a bunch of plants and then don't keep up with them. But if you do, it's okay. They're just plants. I hope you liked this week's video. It was a little different and unexpected. I honestly didn't come up with the idea until like 10 minutes before it was time to shoot the video. And I think I had fun doing it. I think in the next, I don't know, I think along the next 3 months or so, I'm probably gonna focus my channel more on repotting and the specific things that I select for different types of plants. So as I go through my spring repotting sessions, I think I'm gonna record some of it and talk about, you know, what am I doing differently for a begonia, for example, than what I do for my philodendrons when I repot it, or, you know, how do I treat my succulents differently than the rest of my porch plants, or what do I do when I have a desert rose that hasn't been repotted for 3 years? I don't know. The world is my oyster, basically. But I appreciate you guys tuning in this week. I had fun. Hopefully you guys did too, or maybe you found a Hoya that you really need, or maybe the El Choco is the perfect plant for you. Who knows? I hope you found some value in today's video, and hopefully you'll come back and watch next week's. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Okay, that was my serious face, but seriously, you should subscribe. All right, have a good day, guys. Bye.